Oh, oh, oh. Sit. Lily. Not at my feet. Come on, out. That's good. Sit. Right there. Lay down. Good dog. That's right. No? Stay. Lay down. Lay down. No. Lay down right there. Yeah. That's a good dog. Stay. Now that the Bernese Mountain Dog is out of the studio, I can move around a little bit to paint. She's just so big that it's really hard to paint around her. And she would prefer to lay on my feet, but I can't walk around and paint with a dog on my feet, especially a 100-pound dog. So I'm laying in a new painting on this 36 by 48 inch canvas. And I would like to do a combination of the map-like image I did last time and sort of a landscape view as well. And trying to mix the two might be a mistake. I can't really tell yet, so I have to try some things here. And I'm just laying in this layer of oil paint that I'm going to use to help. It's like an underpainting. It's a little rich in safflower alkyd oil, and it'll be dry by morning, hardened. It's not truly dry, but it will polymerize by morning, and then oil won't leak through to the back of the canvas. And this shouldn't be enough oil to leak through, I think. It's really hard to tell sometimes what's going to happen. I know that when I put on really thick impasto stuff, sometimes that will leak through long time later, and it's not supposed to, and I don't know what was happening on those. That's, oh my gosh, that's 9 years ago now. So I don't know why those did that, because I used desizing and then I used the gesso and multiple layers of gesso, and it still leaked through. And it could be simply the quantity of paint that went on early on without getting underpainting layers in and dry. So I've been letting layers dry more in the last few years and waiting to put in things like thick impasto paint until I've got more paint built up underneath. And that should help that. So these are kind of platforms here that I'm working on. And they're, it's just, I guess I've been watching too much Star Trek the last few hours. I hear in the other room next to me, there's a TV on. I can hear old-fashioned Star Trek running on it. And that everything in my environment tends to get in. And here's my paint idea. Usually it's walnut alkyd medium, but this is safflower alkyd medium. It's called Solvent-Free Medium by Gamblin. It's non-toxic, and it will help the paint to dry quickly. It leaves it in a flexible film, and so it should help reduce possible cracking in the future. The gloves are nitrile, and I forgot to put them on today or this evening, but usually I wear them and they'll get paint on them, and then I'll take them off because they'll get sweaty on the inside. I'll take them off, let them dry, set them aside, and use them later. Eventually they will rip, and then I throw them away. Most of my paintings, I find them pretty successful. Once in a while, one will bomb, and that, as long as I haven't built up some really thick texture on it, I can paint over it if I don't wait too long. And once you've waited over 6 months, the paint is too dry to be painting over without doing something to open up that surface again. And I also have means of doing that. I am not positive, though, how strong that is, so I have some testing to do. So I'm just going to cover this canvas with a layer of oil safflower oil and paint. And that'll be an underlayer that'll dry overnight. And then I can work into it tomorrow. I'm filming this on my new iPhone 16. I absolutely detest the way it does photography. Everything is made shorter and wider than it's supposed to be, especially as people get off to the far left side, from this angle anyway. Far left side, they become shorter and wider. It stretches the width. And I can see myself over on the far side, look real wide, but I stand in the same video, stand in the middle. I'm like not nearly as wide as the far left side. And it's actually fairly close here, so you don't see it in the extreme. But it's shortening everything. And I noticed before on the iPhone 12, it shortened everybody and stretched them off to the side. It looks bizarre with people because you don't expect them to be a different proportion than when you're looking at them in life. And then when I try to take color photos of the painting, it's throwing light into it, which turning the flash mechanism off completely helped that. Even though it wasn't flashing, it was adding some light. And then the color is not accurate like it used to be. So this is another painting. I was taking a picture of the paint on it this morning as the sun was hitting it. That purple in the top, especially the top right, in the painting, it's a rather dull, strong, rather light purple. In here is brilliant purple. It should not be. The red orange is somewhat accurate. The dark is inaccurate. It is even darker and richer and bluer than that. A darker purpley color, deep magenta. This is what is happening with the iPhone 16. The colors and trying to adjust them in the camera settings are not coming out accurate. I can't get them to look like what I'm looking at. This is very frustrating because I need something really accurate. I'm going to have to resort to my camera and then take it into Corel Photo Paint to try to correct it. But this was good natural light, and I've still got distortions in the new phone. So that's about as far as I can get tonight. I just need a layer on there and let that settle down, tack up, and explore some more. And if trying to combine the two doesn't work, I will go back to matte painting on this particular one.